Hey, what's good, chat? What's good, boys? Welcome to another video. All right, so this is gonna be what my approach towards gold this coming week. This week, today is Sunday. The week starts today, so I use Sunday to practice. Okay, what are my plans for this week? All right, so we have FOMC coming up on Wednesday, and we don't know it's kind of bloody. FMC is an high part news. All right, we have it coming up on Wednesday, as you can see, 7 p.m. We have FMC coming up, and it's on Wednesday. So we have some USD high part news. I think early Wednesday is the USD part news. GBP Thursday. Okay, we have 130 USD, but I'm not sure this price can move XAUSD. I'm not sure it can move gold. So Wednesday is the most impactful day. All right, so coming to the week, we've seen that the market has gotten a change of character. As you can see right there, the market has gotten a change of character. And once market has gotten a change of character like that, mostly on the daily time frame, the right tendency that okay, market wanna change momentum to the upside. Sorry, let me draw that again. For those who understand that structure, as you can see, we have a change of character right there. Then this is a retracement. Okay. All right. So as you understand, markets are always, once market change structure, it's start looking for the recent highs and any highs closer to it. And this is one of the highs right there. So I love using the body close. All right, this is one of the highs. It has taken this other high already. You can see. And it's actually closed, the body closed above. So which also means so many things. Now the fine markets momentum is on a bullish trend. You can see it's also body close this. That is where the change of character begins. And there is a protected low right there. Now it is on the daily time frame. This is protected low right there. As you know, I always make sure I use the body close. So coming to this week, gold can do either of these two things. Or gold can decide, as it's giving us a signal that it has changed character to the upside. It can continue this momentum and target this next high right there. Or target even the liquidity right there. Do you guys understand? So gold can do this coming into this week, or it can decide to wanna change character, like reverse up to this point, then continue to the downside. So gold can do either of these two things. Gold can do either of these two things. And we don't have power in this market. Like we can't really say, oh, because it has changed character, 100% sure for the market to want to, continue upward. We are not the market, and we are not a market maker. We just want to, react off of what it gives and, trade our setup. Our setup is the hedge. So the market movement doesn't really, it concerns us, but it doesn't really, concerns how we make money. We only make money if our setup, which we've back tested and realize that okay, this is a good edge on the market. And for example, the video I made yesterday, as you can see, we saw 3 setups. I gave us up to 24 RR using the set and secure strategy. You get what I mean? Okay. So as you can see, market can do either of these 2 things. This retracement, then this one thing we know very, very sure is this is going to be a bullish movement, but we don't know if it's gonna continue to the upside and break this previous structure, or it's gonna, stop at some point and increase to the downside, and that's gonna, confirm the downtrend movement. But if you are to ask me 1, 2, 3 movements, a correction, I'm gonna be taking the buys. I'm gonna be like, if you are to ask me percentage, I'm gonna say there's 70% chance of gold going to the upside. Okay, what I mean? There's 70% chance of gold going to the upside, but due to what I am seeing right now, 70% chance. But we have nothing to say. We have no momentum against the market. We can't put our money and expect the market to move towards the direction we put our money at. So we just have to react off of what the market is giving us. Market can do either of these 2 things. But one thing you should put in mind is this retracement could stop right there and boom. So what we're gonna do is we are still gonna be patient. If we sell our setup, fine. If we sell our setup here, we take it. If we sell our setup here, we also take it. Having in mind that we have both conditions at heart. You get what I mean? But if you guys ask me, I'm going to be taking the buys on XAUSD this week. I'm going to be taking the buys on XAUSD this week. And due to the fact that even the 4-hour itself has gotten a change of character. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be so patient. I'm going to be patient throughout next week to see my setup. Right? So I'm expecting the market not to break beneath this point right there. Right, the market shouldn't break beneath that point right there. And if the market does that, I think the same market is gonna keep tanking beneath. The crazy thing about market is now market can just decide to, I wanna sweep liquidity. But this movement right here doesn't look like something that's swept liquidity, because I'm looking at my chart, the liquidity was here. We've gotten a week from this point. I can say, market swept liquidity at this point, or it swept this. Okay, fine and good. Had there been something like this happened, right, and market didn't break above that, I would have said, fine, market swept liquidity, but no, this wasn't the liquidity sweep, and this is the next liquidity right there. You guess what I mean? So if you have to ask me if I should encounter any opportunity to buy the market, I'm going to be buying the market from any point. Sorry. Man, if you should ask me, I'm going to be buying the market from any point from this axis, and I'm going to be targeting the next highs and all this liquidity point right there. Right, I'm going to target this liquidity point right there, because the market always, eats the previous high liquidity. As you can see, this movement from here to here, targeted this liquidity, targeting the liquidity also. And as you can see on the daily time frame, we really want to be paying attention that fine and good is a protected low right there. So if market breaks beneath that point, that is a very bad signal. That means markets want to retrace market want to continue downwards, and this is just a false breakout. But this is so strong that I don't think it's a false breakout. I'm not gonna wait for my setup right here. You know, trying to look for my setup, and which you've known the setup is have to do with pattern looking like this. Now liquidity being swept. You get what I mean? I'm not gonna waiting for my setup. And once I see the buy setup, I'm going to be taking that for a long ride. I'm going to be taking that for a long ride. But my first tip is gonna be here, but I'm not sure I'm going to be interested in that TP anymore because market is definitely gonna break through that. I'm just gonna be targeting this TP and this TP. Right? So those are the two TP I'm gonna be targeting. Just like when the sell momentum start targeting this TP, as you can see. Now you can see market always targets the liquidity point. See, targeted this, targeted this. You see? As you can see. So market always targets the liquidity because others are resting there. So if I'm to go for the buy, once I see my setup, I'm going to be riding for a long buy. And most times if I say change of character, you're gonna go for the buy. TP1, TP2, TP3, and FOMC news coming up. It's gonna be boom. It's going to be a very, very long ride. That's if the markets end up going in our position in our favor. And if it doesn't, at least we'll be able to secure some of the profit before then. But actually, USD this week, I'm very, very much interested. I have 70% conviction that the market is going to buy. Market is in its buy movement, is in its buy structure. And as my market did not break within this point, we are very good. And this is just liquidity points. And just imagine us taking that ride. Where is the former ride? Okay, no, that's not the ride. But just imagine, yeah, this is kind of my entry. Just imagine us taking this ride from that point. I think from July 3rd, riding it down to that point, man. That is crazy ass, man. And entering multiple positions and targeting, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So this is just the the setup for next week. I'm gonna send that to my Telegram channel. Alright, so I think that will be all for this video. Interested in buys and buys only. Except we get a setup right now, which hasn't happened. Right, except that, but in as much we didn't get that, I think I'm very, very pretty much fine with what are they calling it. We just open and wait for market to present an opportunity to me. But if market doesn't do that, fine and good. Alright, and I hope this video was productive, and I'm gonna be seeing you guys. I don't know. I think I might be doing a video. I don't really know this week because I want to be doing a video before and after. So I'm going to be recording my before the trade and after the trade. So I might not be pushing out videos out there as frequent as because I don't think there's a lot of knowledge on the internet right now depending on trading. So what I want to do, let this YouTube page to be just my personal growth and me journaling and documenting my journey. So I'm not really doing it for for educational purposes, but me now, saying this and that, this and that, there's other lots of forums. So yeah, you just wanna appreciate and see the strategy I use and just go with the flow. Just enjoy the life I'm living and watching the videos I drop and the advice. It's mostly going to be more of talking, vlog, educational, advices on forex and a lot of things, a lot of things. So that will be it for this video. And I think that will be all. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.